alive! It's us, we're back. We were only gone for a week, yet it feels like 10 years since we've streamed. It's good to see you, my friends. I am joined here today by the great Ryan as Adriana, Kyle as Eldrin in his correct name order, right? Yes. Rory as Eos. I had to do some quick spelling. Busy as Hatsu, Richard as Slate, and John as Weslyn. And we have to start our session with a huge congratulations to Mr. Keane, who today, just a few minutes ago, I believe, had his baba. Well, his missus did. He didn't. He did very little work 9 months ago and just kind of coasted it from there. We are happy for you. We're proud of you, and we can't wait to meet the new adventurer. But for now, Rory, please recap us.
Yes. Previously on the Wandering Isles, our heroes dove into a prison made of memory, a book bound to Vathros. But instead of chains, they found a true twisting illusion. Eldrin turned spectral, Dash and Slate vanished, and reality, slippery. Hatsu sensed to return to the beginning, praying for those in need. And Adriana searched for forbidden knowledge. Weslyn, caught between tattoos, illusions, and the roast bird munching fox named Chicken. Time bent, magic broke. Nothing could fix this place except perhaps Eldrin, until they realized he didn't belong here. And that made him the key. A door became a gate. He stepped through and found Stella Maleficum, testing a potential seal. But something bigger than memory was watching. Suddenly, rain, a ship, a looping memory in Eos's mind. Groundhog Day, not with Bill Murray. Haunted by
you know. Did you find Bill Murray?
No.
Yeah, there you go.
A sea serpent, a falter's plea. Only by freeing a flying powerhouse, dropping bodies from the sky, did they break the cycle and strike back. Meanwhile, Stella made a bold case for the seal, but Vathros stirred. A flicker, a shadow, a page turned. And now, they stand before Starlit Grove, beneath unfamiliar skies. Weslyn's house stands before them. A new chapter begins, a new threat looms. This time, on the Wandering Isles.
Very good. I like it. Take your inspiration, shove it in your pocket, and save it for later.
Thank you. I badly
need it.
Yeah.
That was good. Yeah, I'm a bit lax on the inspiration. I found out during our break. I will try to be more remembering of the fact that you guys can earn inspiration for doing cool stuff. Yes.
Cool. Thank you. I'll set my
Don't need
thanks.
it. Use it.
Yeah, we just assume we always have it, like just always.
Yeah, that's just. I mean, basically. Weslyn, you emerge whole, complete, and as you were so many moons ago. But your friends emerge spectral, ethereal, and not quite as present as you.
Whole and complete. Is the skin clear?
Your skin is indeed clear. It is young, very young, 8 or 9 years old young. The first thing you note is the smell of grass and pine from the trees. The second thing you note is the smell of cooking that you haven't smelt in a very long time. The most distant of memories, knocking on doors you've forgotten exist within your mind. You recognize this smell, you recognize this area, and you recognize this day. This is Weslyn's last day. Ahead of you is your old home. It's beautiful. Wooded, built into the land, and made from things salvaged from the land. Not stolen, not taken, but used, utilized, and only what was necessary. The same way the food is cooked. What would you like to do?
You know, it is. It is a strange thing to be confronted with the thing that you were looking for suddenly, like almost precisely as you want it to be. But knowing that this is not real, and hoping that it is real, there is a kind of falter in his step as he is taking all of this in. It's been a very complicated and stressful however long it's been since he's emerged from the book the first time. They are all transparent, they're translucent.
Your friends are. They are here, though. Standing at your side is also Slate, who mostly seemed quite distant throughout the beginning of this journey for reasons we won't discuss, but he is present now.
But
Dash
also
is,
translucent.
But also translucent. Dash is the only one missing now.
What time of day is it?
It would be the evening time, I believe. Yeah,
I don't think it would be necessarily wise to be. He needs to find out if we're having like a weird paradox moment where, like, you know, you appear in a point of time, and then you run across yourself in that same point of time, and if you see each other, then the world implodes. So he's going to move as carefully as he can to not necessarily draw attention towards the West Meadow to see if he is still tending to the flock.
There are people active around the area. Within the house, through the windows, you do see movement. And in the fields, you do see a flock, though it is not necessarily being tended to right now. It does look well maintained and taken care of, suggesting that someone has most likely recently been with them, taken care of them, possibly moved them to this area.
He's at a bit of a loss. He looks back to the rest of the group. What are we supposed to do here?
If the last areas are anything to go by, I think you need to find the way out of here.
I would very much prefer not to go that route, if it's all the same to you.
You want to stay here?
It wouldn't hurt to rest here for a little bit. Maybe there's more than one door. Maybe there's more than one way to move through this space.
I'm sorry. Did I miss something? What are you talking about? Doors? Why am I translucent? What is happening?
First time.
Somebody get this man a meme.
Now that you mention it, I feel translucent as well.
Your accompanying companion, Weslyn, Chicken, is also translucent.
Well, that's new. Can I physically touch Chicken, or does that go through him?
At the moment, you go through him.
Well, I guess I'm looking for a door.
There are a few here. We could go inside that cottage over there, but I don't think that what we're looking for is there. Probably in the woods. More than likely.
I mean, last time the door was at our old dorms, right? So maybe we have to go to your home.
Okay. We can do that. We can't stay for long. Weslyn will make his way towards the cottage. Really looking uncomfortable and uncertain. He reaches for the door handle and lingers for a moment. His glance is still moving off towards the edge of the birch forest, looking for signs of himself, looking for signs of Chicken. It's a bit discombobulating, I suppose, existing in this moment, having not necessarily followed through with this memory, this point in time exactly in this way. Opens the door really slowly, peeking inside.
You push on this old rustic door. It creaks because the hinges themselves are also made of wood, so it gives this as it pushes open. As you step inside, you hear the thud against what is hollowed out beneath wood as well, this old kind of oak, very thick. And as you step upon it, you can feel your bare foot just... It's like stepping onto... Like if you've ever been away from your childhood home and gone back to it. It's like suddenly you remember how every inch of this floor feels, even though you haven't thought about it in so long. It's like stepping onto memory itself. The smell of food is just overwhelming. It's very hard not to succumb to it. There's the sound of gentle humming and chit-chat as people are moving around, setting what seems like putting together a table, but they're not setting it for here, for now. It looks like they're piling everything up, getting ready to bring it somewhere. It wouldn't have been unusual for your family to go through serving food to an entire area. People would come from further away to join your family. The likelihood is they're preparing for what would be considered a late night or midnight meal. If that's the case, it's probably a full moon.
Stop at the door and poke my head back outside. Can I see the moon?
Not yet, but it would be rising, but the tree line would be blocking at this point. Still early, kind of afternoonish, or sort of pushing evening. So early evening, I should say, late afternoon, early evening. It would be, yeah, it'd be starting to rise. So you'll see it shortly, like within the next hour or so.
Check to make sure the coast is clear before waving the rest of them to come in. Even if they're ghosts, they're still strangers in the home, I suppose. still feels like I'm sneaking people in. People who are not counted among us. People who have not received the nod of the law speaker.
Chicken, without hesitation, goes bounding in, running straight into the kitchen, looking for food, like sniffing and smelling everything. Nobody seems to react to the fact that they're there, but there is definitely a wild, loose chicken in the kitchen.
Take a few timid steps in, trying to keep the footfall light, trying to both take in the memory of this place, to refresh my memory of this place, to preserve my memory of this place, while also looking for anything that may look off.
You begin to do those things, but you're immediately distracted by something you haven't heard in a while. Not since you've come back. Your natural tongue is being spoken here as your mother addresses you, but for the time being, everybody here can understand it. Weslyn, can you bring the plates out, please?
He falls into step with a simple yes. As long as it's been, the routine still settles in very quickly. The rhythm of the house, the movements of the family, the sounds of their life.
It's almost something unfamiliar to, I'd say, a lot of the group, but there's almost a dance between everybody as they move between each other with almost this perfect repetition and knowledge of where each one is going to be. They're not looking at each other, they're just moving and getting things done, and it's this organized chaos within itself that Weslyn seems to slip straight into as well.
Is it okay if I leave dinner early?
It's full moon, Weslyn. We have our rites, our rituals. You can ask your father. Do you know how he gets?
You're right. You're right. I forget I asked. Who's coming?
We'll have the shorts from down the street. And we will have some new people attending. They've set up near the coast. A new campsite. We wanted to invite them to learn our ways before they create ways of their own.
Are they not counted among us?
Maybe someday. We will proceed with caution. As with all new things, it could be good or bad. We don't know yet.
Forward to meeting them. Do they speak our tongue?
No. Some of you may have difficulty understanding what they're saying, but we will translate. It will be okay.
Okay. Look and see if everyone's here. The whole family is here.
Yeah. It starts with your eldest sister, Elowen. She's just bringing things out, mostly fabrics and cloths. All of the dishes here, something that some of you may know, aren't made of plastic or metal or even ceramics or anything like that. They're made of wood. So all the bowls, the dishes, everything is carved by hand, and it's beautifully carved too. It's not like clunky Hobbit stuff. It's actually elegantly done and beautifully done. And they look very old, so something that may have even been passed down. Elowen is taking out some of the fabrics and quilts and stuff to bring outside. It's not unusual on nights like this to have blankets out in case people need to stay a little warmer, even though they're eating outside. Your eldest brother, Bran, is more or less monkeying around. He's swinging out of the rafters and doing crazy things, but he's just doing it because he's bored, but also wants to help and do things. So he is doing what he does best. The youngest sister is still older than you, Gwyn. She just came back literally before you, so she is equally as covered in dirt, mud, sticks, and your father, Eldrick, is kneeling down in front of her and trying to pull like sticks out of her hair in another room across the way. Isolde is your mother, and she's talking to you at the moment, and she's making something incredibly good. She is always been very good with herbs and with plants and with cooking, and whether or not she knows how to cook the best meat in the world, probably not, but definitely when it comes to like salads and dishes and seasonings and stuff, and coming to like anything that becomes almost arboreal, she can do. That's her specialty. Her green thumb shines through even when she cooks. Your family are effectively all here, but the amount of plates suggests that maybe at least 2 more families intend to join.
A decent number of people. He will busy himself with the work, stealing glances at his family. You can see their faces. Do they have faces?
They do have faces. Worth asking, though. Worth asking. They do have faces.
First time that he's had a memory complete with faces. There's a moment when he looks back to the group. Just a nod for them to move about the house. It's not big. It's not a large cottage, but he's a bit
there are
occupied.
definitely more people than rooms here, for sure. Yeah.
Maybe they'd be able to find something that he, at the moment, doesn't either have the luxury to look for or doesn't want to look for.
I've used the term organized chaos when describing the family, but that same goes for when I describe the presence of any room. These rooms are cluttered with memories and treasures and trinkets of things that are just important to this family, but probably nobody outside these doors. It's things that they hang on to, mementos, pieces of nature, pieces of things that you found, made, carved, things that you have created yourself. There are books, there are like just so many things that clutter this very small space. But even if you lived in a space twice this big, you feel like it would be equally as cluttered by just twice as many things. That's just the way things are here. When you walk up the little stairs that lead to the room, it's a very crickety old stairs, but it's a familiar old stairs. When you open doors, it's a familiar space. You can almost identify who's in it by what mess has been made. And when I say mess, I don't mean necessarily laundry on the floor or whatever, but that may also be a factor. But I mean, like, your sister may collect a pine cone that she finds really amusing and nice, and then the next day do the same thing, and the next day do the same thing, and suddenly she has a corner filled with pine cones. There is just this presence in the house that shows the quality of the life lived in it, along with the side of how much it's been lived in. Because generationally speaking, you're not the first generation to be here. This is a very old house, and a very lived-in house, but it's yours, and it's something that with it carries memories you didn't even realize that you had. As you stare into certain corners, you remember times that you were there, times you heard your parents speak, or times you heard your siblings fight, or times you fought your siblings, or times that you all just sat together telling stories or having food, or even just mornings you woke up knowing that today was going to be a great day or a difficult one. Maybe the storms were above the house, or maybe the sun was shining through. But all these memories start to stitched together for Weslyn in a way that hasn't been done for an incredibly long time.
Weslyn continues to lose himself into the routine of this moment. Glancing once more at the group for almost losing sight of them, I suppose.
Chicken emerges up the stairs following the group and sort of slinks past each of you. Slate, you feel Chicken just brush past your boot. Eos, you feel just as they go under you, and Three Legs, and just straight into a door. Weslyn, you would know this to be Gwen's door.
You know this isn't real, right?
Can be for a little bit.
But the longer you're in it, I get the feeling the harder it is to leave, which is exactly what this prison is designed for. Is to keep you docile, to keep you trapped.
Does my mother or any of my family members notice when I'm speaking with?
At the moment, I would say you're probably upstairs in the hallway, if you can see Gwen's room. So you're probably, according to everyone else, by yourself, but in this case, surrounded by people, just they cannot see that. You're upstairs talking to yourself, which probably wouldn't be the most unusual thing for Weslyn, anyway.
I know a thing or two about being trapped for a very long time. Docile or no. I would much rather a prison like this than one made of thorns.
I'd rather no prison at all.
Then let's find a door out.
There's something here that won't be quite right. I think you're the only one that's going to know what that is, but needless to say, it will be there.
The thing that's not quite right is I'm here. I left to the woods. I leave through the woods. This is the night I went into the woods. Shouldn't be here right now. And that is
In the woods.
complicated. It's complicated. So if my being in the house is what is the odd thing out, then maybe the way out is not woods at all. We just don't go. Maybe we just stay here. You know, we could just not go into the woods.
But why did you go into the woods?
I have no idea. Felt like the right thing to do. Sometimes when you're told not to do something long enough, you go and find out why.
Then maybe we're meant to go and find out together, rather than you on your own.
Could we not? Do we just stay here maybe just for dinner?
Watch you eat. We can't eat.
Tell you what it tastes like.
Okay.
I think you should have your dinner with your family. We'll wait outside since we're not really here anyway.
Oh, well, we're not eating here.
Where are you eating?
Well, no, I'm not sure where we've decided to. I haven't asked, really. Any number of places we would eat. It's a full moon. Traditions that.
Yes.
I don't know. It's been a bit.
Well, maybe you stay and eat, or go and eat, or whatever it is you are going to do. Once you've eaten, then we go to the woods.
Look, you guys could also stay. Maybe in time you would get bodies, and if we've got people who aren't counted among us moving here, like maybe you would also be accepted, and we could just stay here.
I think that's not how it works, Weslyn. We've never been part of this memory.
Could be. New memories.
If we would travel in time, then maybe. But we are in a book.
This will create a new memory for you. And it will create a new memory for us. But not for everyone else here. For everyone else here, this has already happened. I think the purpose of you being here is finding out what happened. Or at least why you disappeared when you went into the woods.
You hear a sudden
Go on.
creak behind you on the stairs. Oh, Weslyn. Your sister Gwyn is walking up the stairs and she immediately hides something behind her back.
What do you got there?
Nothing. It's a pine cone.
Room for pine cones,
There's always room for pine cones.
Just put them back where you found them, and more trees would grow.
You're right. I'll get all of them now, and I will do that. And she scurries kind of past you with her back kind of facing away, and she slinks into her room.
Any chance she phased through any of us?
She would have phased through all of you, yeah.
Any chance I could have caught a glimpse of what she was hiding?
Yeah. If Keen had
If
have
it was
asked me, I would
actually
have
a
said
pine
no
cone.
way would Dash have noticed. But you, yeah, absolutely. It's not a pine cone. She's holding something in her hand that looks sort of greasy. It's got that sheen to it, The grease sheen. Is that the title of this episode?
Yeah.
Sheen light.
Does it have a smell?
It certainly does, but it would be masked by the delicious cooking of downstairs.
I'd like
Bang,
to.
and the grease is gone.
I'd like to see if I could phase through the door, if that's possible.
You can, but through there is nothing for you.
Okay. Like Casper the Ghost kind of vibes, or something. I just pop my head through, look through, and it's just black. And I'm like, huh. I just pop my head back, and I'm like, 1, that was weird. 2, there's nothing there. I don't know where she is.
Like just whispers chicken for chicken.
Chicken ain't there. Did I see chicken? I don't. I pop my head through it again. I look around.
Eldrin,
Hmm?
come over for a second.
Pop my head back out. I'm looking for chicken.
Well, this is a memory. You can't see what Weslyn didn't see. Do you get that? There's no point poking your head everywhere.
Weslyn. Wait, no,
Yeah.
you can't go through the. Never mind. I was going to say you could, go through the wall.
I opened the door.
You open the door and the room is
that works
revealed.
too.
And she looks over to you really fast. She's sitting next to the pine cones. I'm just getting the pine cones, like I said.
That's a lot of pine cones. You need help.
The pine cones start to shuffle and move and fall by themselves.
What's in the pine cones?
Nothing. I slipped while I was taking a pine. You just hear.
I'm gonna close the door behind me. What are you hiding?
You can't tell.
Who am I gonna tell?
She looks around, sees the doors closed, and she moves them, and the tiniest little fox cub comes out, no longer ethereal, holding a piece of roast chicken in its mouth.
You know stealing is wrong, right?
Well, he's not going to learn from me. It's okay.
Probably shouldn't teach him that.
Is it a him? I can't tell.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's a way to check. Thought you knew about this kind of stuff.
Foxes are new to me. It was on its own. I don't know where its parents are. What if it's scared?
Where did you find it?
Well, I was, over by the dip. I was playing there, near the swamp. I know we're not supposed to go there, but I was playing there, and it was on its own, and it wanted to play. We played for ages, and then I said, goodbye, and I walked away, and then it came with me.
Doing there.
You get told not to go somewhere, you want to go there.
I mean, I get it. You're not supposed to. We're not supposed to go there.
Do you think there's more there? Do we need to bring food out and try and help them, maybe?
That all belongs to the bar guests. They made an agreement a long time ago. That's what they said.
Yeah, but it's a lot of food. They don't need that much food. We can take like one roast chicken with us.
You shouldn't go into the woods. It is forbidden.
Yeah, but who makes these rules?
The law speaker?
Well, show me on the stones where it says I can't go to the behind the house woods.
It doesn't say that specifically. It just says, don't go in the woods.
Until it says that specifically, then I can go behind the house in the woods.
That's how it works.
I went there one time and I got a free fox.
That fox belongs to
The woods
a
rewarded me.
fox. The woods no. You have to put it back. You have to put that back.
I'm not allowed in the woods. I can't bring it back.
No, you're not allowed to. We have a dinner to go to, and you can't bring that with us.
They're not gonna know.
You can't feed it chicken.
I can put it in a bag and then they'll think I have just some stuff with me. Pine cones, maybe.
I mean, I'm not the boss of you.
It just seems like the woods gave this to me, and if I was to bring it back, I'd be breaking the rules. And I don't want to break the rules twice in one day. That would be very bad.
Can't accept gifts that the woods give you.
Well, it was more of a suggestion.
Should probably go get ready to.
Okay, but can you keep some of your dinner?
Yes. You have to. You have to. I will take that back. I will take that back.
Well, what if we just didn't?
We
should get ready for
cannot-
dinner before we discuss this. We're going to be late.
Okay, well, we'll put a feather in this, but I'm telling you that this is a very bad idea.
I think it's a great idea. I'll let you name it.
I don't think that's a wise choice.
We can,
I'm very bad with names.
we can still bring it back. Like, just we'll name it and we'll hang on to it until it wants to go back. We'll help it get stronger.
Or until its mother comes for it.
Its mother won't come for it. It's a gift from the woods. It's a suggestion from the woods.
That's not how that works.
I'm pretty sure
We're
it
gonna
is.
be. I know.
You said I'm the one who knows about this stuff, so if I'm saying it...
You do, and I'm not the boss of you.
Okay, but I'm the boss of you, so you have to go get ready for the dinner, and then we'll discuss this in a month or two, maybe?
Okay. Okay.
We all wanted a pet. I mean, it could just be, could be this.
No, this is forbidden, right?
I don't see on the stones anywhere where it says Gwyn cannot have a fox.
Well, I won't tell Dad.
That's probably for the best, because if you tell him, I'll tell him it was your idea.
No, it wasn't my idea.
I'm going to say you found him and hid him in my room.
I did not.
And then you threatened me into keeping him.
Well, I will.
Who's he going to believe?
I hate you. You smell.
Yeah, but I smell like pine cones, and everybody loves pine cones. Who doesn't like pine cones? That reminds me, I need to bring like 20 or 30 pine cones for today to give to people as a gift. I don't have any ribbon left.
Maybe the newcomers have ribbon.
That would be a good gift. If I was meeting new people and I had ribbon, I would give them ribbon.
Gotta keep that fox. You should bring something back to the woods.
I was going to bring you back to the woods, but they wouldn't let me, so...
No, you can't give me to the fucking woods.
Now you said a bad word, and I don't want to have to tell on you, so I think we both have a secret.
No. That's not fair.
Well, life isn't always fair. Sometimes it gives one of us a fox and the other one doesn't get a fox. That's the way it's got to be. Okay, you go get ready. I'll go get pine cones. We'll meet in the wagon, the cart.
Okay.
Perfect. We have a fox. You just hear as you close the door.
Oh yeah.
It might be a.
Wes. She makes a lot of sense, Wes.
What? What are you talking about?
I don't have a fox.
That's not how you get foxes.
Or Weslyn, if she brings back the fox, then chicken will disappear. You know that, right?
How'd that work?
I mean, it's obvious.
Yeah.
A young fox with a roasted chicken in his mouth. Does nothing ring there?
Forbidden. Can't. we can't be in there anyway. But taking something from it, especially if it's like a gift or whatever. Don't take gifts from random strangers. Especially those in... It is forbidden.
Where does she get the ribbons?
I don't know. Sometimes things come up from the river folk. Have some trade with them. I don't know where they get the ribbons. They say it comes from even further away. Maybe the river folk?
I don't think it really matters.
But not.
Because this has all happened.
I don't remember any of this.
That's because, as you said, you weren't here.
Actually, we should check which stars are in the sky, like what year it is and stuff.
Can you tell what year it is by looking at the stars?
Maybe you can't remember because it's that far back in time.
One of you is incredibly adept at stargazing. Yes, you would possibly be able to discern such things once the stars have risen.
I can take a look later, Hatsu.
We don't know what's... Sorry, yes, go on.
Oh, it's just I have a question about the pine cones for later.
I will say, Weslyn, I know this is a dream. I know it doesn't actually change anything. But whatever happens, don't regret your last words.
Like, when I die?
No, just that if this is the night that you walk off into the woods, make sure your last words aren't, well, it's your bloody fault.
Well, it is her
Don't
fault.
tell Mum and Dad.
She should tell Mom and Dad.
And tell Mom and Dad what? As your mother's walking up the stairs.
I thought I lost a sheep, but then I found it earlier. It was behind a rock. And I was daydreaming again, so I wasn't paying attention.
Do we need to tell your father, or is everything...
No. Like, I just, it's a pretty day today, and I was thinking about pie.
Oh, well, we did make pie, if you're...
Oh, yeah, I was thinking that would be great. We should eat that pie.
You all right? You sound a little...
Yeah.
different.
Really happy to be home for a little bit.
Oh, now I know something's wrong. You've never been happy to be home a day in your life.
It was a long day at work today. I was very long, and the sheep didn't do much at all, and I just thought it'd be really great to be home and have pie, and it's even better that we're gonna go have dinner with the new people who have moved in.
Did you hit your head? Are you okay?
Yeah, I tripped over a sheep, and you should probably check it out. It's right here.
She
It's a little
leans
sore.
down and she kind of moves your hair around, and well, I don't see a lump, and she just kind of rubs it. but this will make it feel better. And she reaches into her pocket and she takes out a small pouch and kind of sprinkles a little bit of powder in and rubs it in. And although you don't see it, it kind of adds this like extra sheen to your already blue hair. It really sort of makes it stand out more. It also sort of not stings, but it feels like that moment you put antiseptic on something. There is a memory of definitely something uncomfortable about that.
It's very likely a sensation he's not felt for a very long time, and even just the mothering, this moment with her is probably a little overwhelming in and of itself. He can't think of a time in a long time that he's had an encounter with another person like this. He doesn't want it to stop. So he lets her rub the stinging salve in his hair and almost leans into it a little bit. Locks in the memory of the smell of that horrible salve that he used to resist, and lets her dote, even when he used to swat her away and resist.
You hit your head hard today.
Yep. I did.
You sound a lot more like your father today. Maybe you spent a little too much time with him in the fields.
Probably.
Maybe tomorrow you stay home. I'm gonna take the girls into the woods a little bit. We're gonna collect some berries and fruit, and you are welcome to join us. I'm gonna show them how to make a very special type of medicine. We're running low.
I'll just stay home tomorrow.
Okay.
Stay in and tell stories.
Yeah. We haven't done that in a long time. I don't think anything we do can make your father stop working. I think he's helping build one of the houses. So he's been trying to source some weaker trees to just kind of cull them without, doing too much damage to the woods.
Do you know what's out there?
No. Your father's very adamant that we don't go too deep into the woods, so whatever he saw that day scared him. He talks a lot about those red eyes.
Good. We should go have dinner.
Yeah.
I'm very hungry.
Well, the cart's almost loaded. We just need to finish cooking. Some of the chicken has disappeared, so I had to put on another one.
Weird.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll just start getting ready, and when the chicken is done, we can go.
Okay.
She
Mom.
starts to walk down the hall. Are you okay?
Nothing. It's nothing.
Okay.
I can't wait. It smells good.
Okay. Yeah, it does. If you need anything, you come to me.
Mm-hmm.
She goes into her room and closes the door, and it creaks and kind of just closes. The doors aren't really held by like handles or anything. It's more like a string, that kind of a thread that you use to just loop over something so the door doesn't just keep flying open. You go back to your room, and for the sake of the others in your party, I'd like you to tell them what kind of things that they would see.
There's a pile of rocks on a makeshift shelf. Rocks that have shape to them, not just like your normal round rocks or the shiny, smooth rocks that you would normally find in a collection, but like rocks that almost look like a shape, like a star, or there's one that's almost kind of bulbous, like a sheep when its wool is very full. There's a straw mattress on the floor. A few bits of clothing on the floor. Shepherd's crook leaning against the wall. It's otherwise quite sparse. Rocks appear to be his only set of toys, much like Gwyn's pine cone pile. Sits on the mattress. So it is literally just like a bit of canvas that's been stuffed with straw from the harvest this year. So it's fresh. The room smells like a 9-year-old boy's room. A little funky. He kind of looks at all of you a bit cow-eyed. Very uncertain and confused.
Eos puts her staff next to his shepherd's crook, kind of measuring the height of them. Looks over at Wes. Wes, do you have the magic dog that makes the sheep go? Where do you need to go?
The magic dog?
There's a dog that shepherds have to make the sheep go places.
I mean, they mostly just kind of go wherever they want to go. I watch them, and sometimes I have to get up and I'll pick them out of a hole or steer them with my stick. Kind of boring, really. It's a lot of time just kind of watching the sheep do sheep stuff.
What do they do?
Eat. Buy a lot. Shit. Fall in holes a lot.
Why?
They're not all that smart. I don't know. Really clumsy. I've been really lucky. I haven't lost any. Well, we haven't lost many. It's past couple of years. But yeah, no magic dogs. I don't think that magic dogs would be allowed. I think that they would be sent out on a boat.
No. They're Eos, Weslyn. They're not magic dogs. They're just
magic.
No. I've encountered maybe one or two. I've never had one. They're cool, but they're just dogs.
There is most definitely magic dogs in this world.
I've never seen one, but these ones, they're just sheep dogs. They're not okay. They're not like a hybrid of a sheep and a dog. It's just a sheep that's like going
Nobody
around.
said it was. What kind of weird shit do you find?
A sheep that herds other sheep.
No, they're just sheep in the field doing their thing, sheeping around. And then the dog is trained by somebody who's really well trained with animals, and they just like teach the dog how to control the sheep.
Yeah, and the dog can talk to the sheep.
There you go.
What?
So that's magic.
Magic, yeah.
No. Talking dogs would not be allowed. That is forbidden.
I mean, how else do they tell the sheep what they want them to do? Like, that obviously makes sense.
They bark at him.
You see Hatsu in the corner, and he gestures to Amadriana like,
She'll walk over. Yes.
did I say anything?
No.
That's how the dogs talk.
But it isn't. You can hear him barking, Hatsu. Stop talking shite.
I mean, it's not barking. They bark against wolves and stuff. Normally, they just guide.
That doesn't mean they're not magical, though, Hatsu.
I mean, there's so much
You
magic
guide
in this
us,
world.
and I'm
but,
pretty sure that you're not magical. But, you know, you could be.
You think Hatsu's our shepherd?
I think Weslyn is more confused from this conversation that it leads to anything.
The
I
presence...
mean, it's Eldrin confusing it all.
No. The presence of the dog helps guide the sheep, and that's why they're called sheepdogs.
So
Look,
what
I
are normal
know
dogs
it's
called
crazy.
then?
Just dogs.
Guard
Whatever.
dogs.
Yeah,
There are
it's like,
so-
yeah.
Some use their pets as like when they lost a child or something, I've heard. It helps
Oh.
their soul to rest.
Oh, I thought you meant like they cradled the dog and stuff and tried to talk to it.
No,
and
they
stuff.
talk to the dogs and the cats like kids.
Well, that is true. The stories have said that sometimes when one counted among the kin dies, the right songs aren't sung. The Barghests come. They're kind of like dogs, bigger, and they do
think-
talk.
I think if
See?
Dose had a dog, she'd definitely try to teach it spells.
No, you shouldn't teach dogs spells.
That's a magic dog.
But,
Maybe
like,
write that
Yeah,
down.
but he's got Chicken, who's basically the same as a dog, and he's very magical.
Very magic, yeah. Now we know where
What if
chicken
Chicken
came
is
from.
behind all of this? Where is
I don't know
So
if
do
that's-
we assume that Weslyn at some point did try to bring Chicken back in the woods and found something they weren't supposed to find? And then he and Chicken
That's what I think.
became something else.
Sheep in a hole.
Well, that's what we're waiting to find out once Wesley's had his dinner.
Could we not
Okay.
go into the woods?
What if we
I
have
think-
to?
That's what
I
we
think-
have to do, Wesley.
I don't think
think
we
it
have to
already
do
happened.
that. It's the thing that it's different than what happened last time. So that would be obviously how we get out of here. We go down and we have dinner, and then we have a lovely time.
But
And-
Wesley, as you said yourself about Eos's, it's the thing that has to happen. It's gonna
Yeah.
happen regardless.
Already happened, and we're here now, and we could just, we could just stay. I think that would be.
Think about that way. Who was captured in this book? And what was the purpose of that book? I think we have to face the thing that you encountered in the woods
Don't
and
wanna
find
do
a
that.
solution.
You do not want to do that.
You might not want to do it, Wesley, but I think it is the way out.
Yeah. You said it, Wesley. We have to go deeper. You said it.
I don't know what sort of reach it has. I don't know if it's a memory, if you yourselves would not be subjected to the same.
So what did it make you do, Wesley? What are you because of it?
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, I think one way or another we're probably going to find out about it. And sooner rather than later.
Well, I hope you're wrong. So, and I hope you brought your appetites, because we're going to have a really good meal, and we're going to meet the nice people who've moved into the valley, and we're going to sing some songs. Dad will smoke his pipe. We'll have cherry wine. And it will be a very good full moon.
And then
Exactly how it's going to go. Down the road, towards the river folk. Out to sea, maybe.
Slate walks behind Weslyn.
Okay, what are the rest of you doing?
Hatsu's walking through Weslyn.
That is uncomfortable.
So your sister collects pine cones.
Mm-hmm.
You collect rocks.
Yeah, this one looks like a sheep, doesn't it?
What about your?
This one looks like a house. Huh?
Oh, okay. Gilles becomes distracted by the house-shaped rock for about 30 seconds.
Slate whispers the word Barghast behind Weslyn.
Things in those woods that you do not want to encounter. Things that wear the skin of other people. Witch blood was spilled out there. Forest is not yet recovered. Their forest.
Slate's form, when Weslyn turns to say these things, has taken the form of a werewolf.
I've ever seen a werewolf. Does this look familiar?
No.
I think he's still allowed to shout. First time he's seen you change shape since he got through the book. And he was not expecting a large, furry dog monster in his room.
Oh, that's a magic dog.
That is forbidden.
And then Slate points to the other side of the room. And as Weslyn looks, he just drops his form, so it's back to the original. So technically he hasn't seen him change either time.
True.
Have your meal. And then let's go into the woods.
Emil, you can go in the woods. Let's go.
As you head down, dressed in what we would know you to have been dressed in when we met you, you wear this sort of belt kind of, I can't remember what that belt's called that goes around, a bandolier or something. I think I know it's bandolier with bullets, but I can't remember what the other one, there is a name for this as well, but
Sash.
Sash, yeah, it's kind of like this kind of felt sash with like a kind of top to it, and kind of covering around you, but it's like your legs are bare, your feet are bare, like your arms are bare, your chest is exposed, you know. You meet your family down by the cart, which has already been loaded, Your elder sister, Elowyn just whispers, "I did the plates for you, but you owe me one."
Sorry, I was daydreaming. Won't happen again. Promise.
All right. She climbs in and you sit down on the back of the cart next to your younger sister, Gwyn, who has her bag, and she looks towards you and she just like gestures towards the bag, and you just see little eyes just peeking out.
Shoot her a look. And the little fox, try and gesture for it to go down. So keep an eye on the edge of the woods as we move to see if there's anything watching or waiting or expecting this thing back.
As the cart continues down the lane, doesn't seem to be going too far from your house. There seems to be, as you look kind of out and ahead, you do see a rather large table. You could basically have almost walked this. It's just that there's just so much stuff to bring that you simply use the cart because it's just too awkward to carry everything. 2 horses pull the cart slowly, your father up at the front with your mother, your siblings, and you just crammed into the back of this cart with just tons and tons and tons of stuff.
Stop touching me.
It's just
get on your side.
Nudges into you on purpose. It's a stunning evening. The full moon is rising. The forest feels old. Like you hear the birds, you hear nature, and it just feels familiar. In a respect, as old as the forest feels to Amadriana, Eldrin, Eos, Hatsu, Slate, Weslyn, it feels young to you. It feels fresh-faced, almost. It's very hard to describe because in your childhood you would have looked at this and seen the age of the trees and thought how old they appear to be, but now they just seem young to you. They seem new.
Begin helping set the table, lay out the food.
The cart pulls up and you quickly grab the plates that you were supposed to have brought in the first place. Your eldest sister just nods towards you as she grabs some other bags and stuff and starts moving. And she picks up Gwyn's bag, and Gwyn's like, no. And the bag just falls and the fox just runs and bolts into the tree line. Your sister Gwyn just runs straight into the tree line too, and your father turns around, pissed. And he's like, Gwyn!
I'll go get her. I'll go get her. To her, Gwyn. Why do you do this?
You chase your sister. You take chase and run in. The last thing you hear is your father shouting, Weslyn! You jump over a little log and just run straight into the woods, and you see Gwyn in front of you with a good clearing of about 15 foot as she chases the fox, and she's bobbing and weaving and jumping through little branches and trees and bushes and stuff to just get any kind of leverage she can to try and catch up.
Let go, Gwyn.
The rest of you don't seem to have much choice but to follow. You are not walking, moving, or anything, but you are in pursuit with Weslyn in the same speed as you would have been with him. You chase Gwyn. She doesn't seem to take much notice of what you're saying or what's happening. Yeah, she keeps going.
For to stop her. there a way to... Does magic work here?
Let's find out.
Going to try and cause it's an illusion, it's a bending of the light, but try and have her pathway blocked with thick briars and vines and heavy darkness, anything to like cause her to veer sideways off course, you know, instead of like allowing the tide to take her, to swim parallel to it, perpendicular to it. Maybe that will curve her back around towards the clearing where the dinner is laid out.
As you do, you stop and you put your arm forward and prepare to move the vines as you've done many times before, but nothing happens. There's no response from the woods. There's no response from the trees.
That's weird. I have to go get her. I have to stop her from going any deeper. So I will pursue. I'm going to try and overtake her.
Okay. You run kind of alongside her, parallel through the woods, and you try and catch up. You're basically running alongside her at the moment, so you cut across. You manage to get in front of Chicken, who just crashes and bumps straight into you, and Gwyn comes to a stop. Oh, you got him.
Leave him here. You go back.
Leave him here? What? He's so far from home.
This is what he wanted.
How do you know? He just
He
got scared
ran.
because she picked up his stupid bag.
You need to go back. You need to go back. It is forbidden.
Not without the fox.
No. You need to go back. Please go back.
You look towards her and she nods solemnly and she turns around to walk away, and as she does, emerging from the briars and bushes is your father. We've talked about this.
Right.
And what brought you here?
Just chasing Gwyn.
He looks to Gwyn. And you? She steps aside and the fox is present. Ah. And you took from the forest without asking? Gwyn's head just hangs low. And you let her do this?
Well, no, I was watching the sheep. She's giving it back though. And we're gonna go have a dinner now. And we're not going to ever come back in here ever again.
Gwyn, leave us. Without hesitation, she just heads off. He comes over and he crouches before you. You know the risks of coming in here. You know better than any of them.
What is in the woods, Dad?
Evil.
You shouldn't be in here. Can we please go have dinner?
I wish to. But we don't get a choice, Weslyn. When something is taken from the woods, something must be given. We need to make this right. Do you know where your sister found the fox?
Near the swamp?
Of course.
to do this right now?
If we sit down at the full moon to try and break bread with new people with unresolved issues of this forest, it could be our last meal. I do not want to put your family in danger. You know what the stones say.
Yeah.
Let's go. We will take them to the swamp. We will bring this fox home. Then we will return to your family.
My family?
Our family. Now come along. Take me to this swamp.
Back at the rest of the group?
Your family are not coming. It will just be you and I.
Question above the table.
Mm-hmm.
This is his father, right?
Yep.
Why does he keep saying your family?
That's what I'm about to ask.
Okay.
Because that's unsettling. You'll have to forgive me for asking a question that may seem strange.
If you have to ask forgiveness for the question, perhaps the question should not be asked.
Who are you?
You know exactly who I am. I've had enough of these games. It has been a long day. It's time to go, Weslyn.
Will you let them go?
We are simply going to release the fox and then return, Wesley.
No harm will fall to them.
To the fox? Of course not.
What about the others?
Nobody should get harmed on this journey. It is a quick journey. You know where the swamp is, don't you?
Scoop up the fox. Look back over my shoulder at Dad, question mark?
He just gestures. Move. Food awaits us.
We'll begin the journey towards the swamp, deeper into the woods.
As we start moving, I want to see if I'm able to interact with him in any way. Like, nudge past him, like whether it's like just a little nudge, anything.
You phase through him. Yeah. If that's what you're inferring is just whether or not you can physically interact with him, you cannot.
Can we touch the trees?
No.
Okay, I was going to whack him in the face with a branch, but okay.
I don't know. It could be like Ghost. If you get real pissed off, you might be able to do it.
That's kind of what I'm like wondering. Like if he does something that annoys me enough, am I going to be able to stab him? Okay, good to know.
It's like Ghost on steroids.
You better believe I'd be haunting this bitch.
You make your way towards the swamp. It is blinding silence. Deafening silence. It is uncomfortable silence. Let's just go with that. There isn't any care in how your father walks. He's stomping down on leaves, trees, branches, bushes, just making his way through the woods. Frustration clearly gripping him.
Should we not approach with a little more gentleness?
I'm not the one who stole from these woods. Perhaps you should consider these thoughts before you commit these crimes. You guys approach the swamp. He gestures out a hand to take the fox from you. Is this where you got it from?
So?
Then give it here.
Does he seem like he's going to be violent in some way with this fox?
He seems quite agitated, but almost stoic at the same time. Like his hand isn't shaking. He's not filled with like a proper visceral rage. It's just there's just something upset. You hesitate on a command?
If this is for me to pay, then let me pay it.
There's no price here. We simply return the fox from where you got it.
Hand him the fox?
Without much care or grace, he just tosses the fox towards the water.
Watch to see what happens with the fox, the kit.
The fox sort of starts to doggy paddle after a few moments, a bit disoriented, but swims out to the little rock pattern there and sits there, cold, wet, but predominantly unharmed.
For forgiveness, or?
I'm sure the forest has forgiven us. Come, I know a shortcut back.
Okay.
He takes you almost sort of away from where you were originally, where the food is, where your home is, but sort of in a polarizing or polar opposite direction.
Opposite direction of where we should be going.
Yeah.
Where are we going, Dad?
Again with the questions.
How am I supposed to learn if you don't tell me?
With patience. Come. He stomps continuously through the forest in another direction.
Okay. Follow.
There's a slow rumble. Go ahead.
I was just questioning, we're following as well, but transparently, correct?
Yeah, you can walk alongside him if you choose, and if you don't, you're more or less just hovering, like trailing.
Cool. I was just going to say to Weslyn, if I feel maybe you feel something's off with your dad right now, and he seems quite agitated. Try talk about something that only he would know, that maybe only two of you guys ever spoke about. I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't know. He seems to be quite opposite to what you would have. Like, I don't know you very long, but you seem quite puzzled that he's like not being respectful of the forest or something. But something's kind of off. I'm kind of looking at it, and even for me, it doesn't seem right.
Dad. Remember when Grandpa was sick. You remember what he said about cherry blossoms?
This is not the time nor the place for remembrance.
It just kind of reminds me of it, and maybe you would find some comfort in it as well. You know, like
Perhaps I would find comfort in my son not being a thief.
I'm not a thief.
We're almost there. You can feel almost this rumble beneath the dirt. Something, as if something large were moving.
We can't be here.
It's just a shortcut, Weslyn.
The table is that way.
You've just confused yourself, boy.
Who are you?
As he's about to answer, there's this sort of blue aura sort of filling the area. The canopy of the trees is so dense and thick that even the moonlight cannot pierce it. And suddenly revealed in the distance is what is making this rumble. It's almost like Earth is crunching upon itself in a circular direction, pulling inward with a doorway, ethereal blue.
Why are we here?
Weslyn, it's a shortcut.
To where?
Back to the table, where we can have dinner like we were supposed to, before you and your sister ruined what was to be a perfect evening.
Quick question.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
We can phase through people, right?
Yep.
If I phase through his dad,
Mm-hmm.
does he normal on the inside?
You phase through him and it's predominantly darkness that you see. The only thing that stands out is a faint red glow around the eyes.
Motherfucker. Okay. I'm gonna let everyone know that, but silently, so that Weslyn doesn't get freaked out.
You also shout to Hatsu. Hatsu!
Why?
You know the way Gwen found the fox?
What?
So Gwen or Gwen, whatever the sister's name is,
Gwen.
she found the fox, right?
Yep.
Then why does
Because
why does Wes's dad think Wes found the fox?
No. It knows that he didn't found the fox. But
Yeah.
what's so scary about red eyes? And you see like a red shine through the mask.
Oh, Hatsu.
You said no one would get hurt.
No one will get hurt. Don't you want your dinner?
You need to let them go. They're not yours.
Then whose are they?
They're mine. I lay claim to them. And I'll say it thrice if I need to.
Fuck it. He picks you up by the scruff and just begins walking.
Can I try attacking him?
Yeah, you make a swing at him, it just goes straight through.
I will struggle a little bit. I mean, it is kind of futile to struggle against this thing, but I will reassert that he is to leave them alone. They are mine, and I lay claim to them.
As you get ever closer to this doorway, created of ever shape-shifting stone that folds in upon itself with repetition, you hear a familiar voice as your father comes running out from the tree line. As he does, he takes almost flight with ferocity as he grabs this creature that looks like him, tackling him to the ground. He just shouts, "Weslyn, run!"
I am not going to run. I'm going to fight this thing.
Your father hits this thing with just the haymaker of all haymakers. He just keeps going and going and going. He gets up and he runs over to you. You don't have much time. By thorn and stone and woven vine, let no hunger cross this line. Mark me not, O creeping shade. My breath is bound, my soul is stayed. Where vire coils and roots are sworn, I stand within the circle thorn. The wild may watch, but shall not take. This flesh is sealed, this path awake. He puts his hands on you, and coming from his hands is this incredible blue aura that just begins to shine bright as it marks your skin. Lines begin to emerge and appear across the very fabric of your skin. It feels like it's searing into your bones as a protective spell is put upon you. And the creature stands up. It begins to creak and crack like an ancient wood would. Horns emerging from its head and dark red eyes. But it does not look like Virethorn. It looks older and far more wicked. It looks not nearly as nuanced and graceful as Virethorn did. It looks sinister and twisted. Far more evil. And before your father can react, he grabs your father and he throws him straight through that door. Without looking, without remorse. Now I told you you're coming. Nobody else has to be
You will let them
hurt.
go. You will let them go.
Up to you.
Do you accept my claim?
I accept your claim. But I was sent here for you.
I bind you to that claim. They are mine, and they are not to be touched.
The blue ink just leaps from your skin and grips it, and it lets out this guttural scream almost as it hangs on tight to the vines, binding it to your claim. Fine. It's time to go, Weslyn.
I'm sorry, everyone. Be safe now.
It places its hand on your head, and the searing pain almost fries your mind. It's so hard to concentrate, to think. The last thing you remember is as you're being thrown, you see the small pup jumping towards you in an effort to try and save you. And as you grab onto it, you both fly through the door. You see its face as it watches you go, but it doesn't walk towards the door. Instead, it begins to walk back into the woods. And with that, you're gone. But the visions don't end there. You land in a forest of beauty, of color. Incredible incredible rainbows just everywhere, leaves of pink and blue and yellow, red. Colors that you would see in a circus, but instead it's in nature. And you all wander these woods for not 1 or 2, maybe 20, 30, 40 years. Chicken ages. You age. But it's so slow. You should have aged well older than your father. But on your quest to find him, you just find yourself younger than he was at your age, but no father to be found.
There's no stopping. Press on.
As you do, you press on through the trees, through the forests, and you meet creatures you never thought could be real. Things that are so strange and unusual, but they seem jovial, joyous to see you. Some of them are small, winged, almost humanoid creatures. Some of them are animals that are small and large. You meet dogs that can teleport. You meet people who live here with long caps that go back, red. Some would describe it as blood red. You take it best to avoid them. You all spend a long time here. But what's strange isn't this so much as what comes next. As you finally found a door, one that looks different to anything you've seen before. This doesn't look like something created by the book. This looks like something you've seen before. A door into a large tree, something that you have gone through, though you don't remember what happened when you did. You have the feeling that this is the last moment before the dreams begin. It's hard to really comprehend what happens next, because for all of you except Weslyn, they are just flickers of images. Weslyn, for you, you're reliving as many dreams as you've ever had. Until you're face down in the snow, and none of you are transparent anymore. And Weslyn's vision goes dark. And for a moment he awakens, looking up. And he sees his old home at the Arcanum. But nobody else is there. A creature kneels down and says that it's sorry it took him so long to find you, as he pulls you from the remaining dirt. And as you look towards him, it looks more familiar, like Firethorn did the last you saw him.
What?
Thunder strikes one more time as it rains down, and as he walks away, the rain disappears, and you just hear in your mind, "One more journey, Weslyn." As he says that, you vanish into the dirt again, and you re-emerge. You recognize where you are, but the house is long gone. The family that lived there are long gone. The fields that your sheep ran through are long gone. There you are. See? That wasn't so hard now, was it? As a woman in a lab coat with ginger hair kneels down towards you and grabs your wrist, pulling you off the ground. You and I need to have a word.
What?
I've waited a long time for you, but something tells me you have waited a little bit longer. It's good to see you,
Sorry,
Wesley.
who are you?
Oh, my name? I'm Dr. Harrow. And I have waited right till this exact moment. Right when the moon is full. Right when I needed you most.
You need me?
Of course. You're special, Wesley.
I am?
You are. Of course you are. Come. We'll catch up. I'll tell you everything you need to know.
I'm assuming we can't stab her.
You are assuming correct. As he begins to walk away, the vision begins to fade. And instead you're greeted with something else. As you enter a room you've been in a couple times now, made of marble. A beautiful room. The forest is gone. The trees are gone. The first test has failed, says Stella. There's a subject lying on the table who screams his final breath as he passes away. The seal failed again, and every time it does, it seems to kill people. You see someone smaller with blonde hair lean in and put her hand on Stella's back. It's really not your fault. I'll try and bring him back. And Stella looks back. No, you know how we feel about that. Magic cannot be used to corrupt the natural order. If this was his time, this was his time. You hear a voice. It looms in the back of your minds, familiar as every other time you've heard it in the back of your minds.
I don't think they knew that I was already here.
The voice of Vathros once again seeps through your minds. And everything begins to fade once again. For some reason you're back in the forest. Looks familiar. Not quite the same location you were before. As you stand at the cave entrance, Hatsu Toshitsugu. Your vision begins. But that's where we're going to take a break.
Okay.
Whew. We're going to take 10 minutes. You guys are free to do a boss battle in the meantime. In chat, you'll be prompted with the notification anyway. It's exclamation point and then whatever class you want to do. Fight the boss. Win some channel points. It'll be cool. While our traumatized team get a few minutes to get a cup of tea and think about what just happened.
Let me know when you're planning to do mine so that I can not be here that week and then we automatically pass it.
Why do you think I'm not telling anyone when theirs is? I know we have not got Mr. John next week, so I'm glad we were able to get that done in time. I was a little conscious that if that went too long, we just can't finish it. So I was like,
It's fine. It's just Claire Obscure Flying Orc, you know?
Yeah, that's it. Just this week. All right. We'll be back in like 10 minutes. Enjoy. Bye. Hello, welcome. We are back. Hiodeth? That was dope. You nearly soloed the boss. That was crazy. Hold on. We're back. We're ready. If Mr. Busy's ready, of course.
I was born ready.
Hell yeah. So, Atsu, what do you want to do? Your friends are with you. Weslyn is there. What do you want to do?
Well, happy to have you on that journey, but those of you, and he's looking towards Dash.
To be fair, Dash isn't here. He's only in the memories that literally he was in, so Dash can't be here.
Yeah, okay, yeah, got it. And Slate, you might not be able to see, nor does anybody else be able to see, but the rest might pick up something.
He means if you don't have dark vision.
You,
just for clarification.
I just want you to remember what we trained when you meditated. Listen to the heartbeats. It will take a while. But if you're lucky, you get sucked in. And you will understand. As he walks into the cave. Pitch black. I mean, pitch black. You can't see shit.
It's very dark, and the only thing that stands out is how kind of windy it is. There's a draft, so there is like a lot of air coming through here, but it smells stale.
And you would hear Hatsu's voice echoing through the cave in a very thin but very profound melodic tone. Mother of light, creator of shadows, send us a bee for those who in need. And after like a good walk, you would hear like water drops and gusts of wind. When you would hear Hatsu's voice coming to a halt, and he would just sit down.
I would say, Eldrin, you're picking up on something here too that feels old, but like almost soothing. There's something about this place that feels really good.
Just want to clarify. So we're in a cave. Hatsu's walked blindly into the dark. Yeah, I'll just follow him, like straight path, like exact steps he takes, and I'm like looking around, and he's finished saying what he's saying, and I'm like, yeah, this place is not bad. As I look around.
Yeah.
You think so, Hatsu?
No response.
You can't see around here, can't you?
No response.
Go to touch him and see if I phase through him.
You phase through him, yes.
Ah, okay. Active but not active. Yeah. I look back and look at the rest of the party and you guys coming?
Somehow it doesn't feel like we have a choice.
Gone this far.
We could come out.
Yes, and then we're stuck here forever.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Never mind.
Oh, we've already been here for 1,000 years, so like, what's another 100?
That's a good point, actually. Because we spent so many hundreds of years in Weslyn's world, could we have done any extra training during that time as well?
Or rest.
I'll rest. Yeah, I'll give you a long rest. Training and stuff, let's approach that at the end of the book.
No worries. Okay.
Can we mark off that long rest?
You can mark off a long rest, yeah. Technically, you can mark off 100 of them, but that wouldn't really benefit you, and it would break Foundry most likely
One
if you just
is more
spam
than
100.
enough.
So just take the one, yeah.
Oh, the parish is delighted.
Parish is delighted.
The people celebrate.
So
Everyone like
darkness
this.
in the,
That's the one I'll use. Go ahead.
is the darkness in the cave natural or magical?
For the sake of just keeping this within itself, we'll say you cast detect magic, and it is.
Oh no, like it's
Okay.
I don't need to do that for the sake of this query. I can see through magical darkness if it is magical.
You can see through it fine. but there is something to it that goes beyond magic. We'll say that. I think that's the best way to kind of put that, is it's not just magical, but there is a magical essence to it that's enough for you to see through it. Yeah.
I'll go into the cave. How big is this cave?
Massive. Like from the outside, like it looks like just a normal kind of like hillside cave built into kind of a large hill. But as you go in, this place is like cavernous. It's massive.
Do I notice that the guys are not fully seeing where they're going, or like, do I see if they struggle to find where I'm standing beside Hatsu?
I think for the most part, you can all see what Hatsu sees. So whatever Hatsu's vision in this space is, you can all see because you're not actually seeing. That might be just a better way of putting it.
Okay.
Weslyn, you can see like 12% better.
For a moment, I'll just look at everyone. I'll be like, and I just cast light.
Yeah.
And I like kind of realize we're in a cave, and I can see better. And I kind of took that for granted. I'm like, oh, maybe not everyone can see. So I just cast light. I'll just look on the ground. I'll pick up a rock and cast light on the rock. And
yeah.
Hold it up like a little
You
glowing
usually
stone.
Cast light in sort of an almost platinum color to give it kind of this shine, the same as your armor and stuff, but you have no control over it. It's golden.
Cool.
What do you think you are doing here?
Me?
Yes.
I'm your friend. We're all here.
Put that off.
Okay. Sorry. I'll drop concentration on the... I don't believe it's actually concentration. I'll just...
You just put it in your pocket. And it's like shining through your pocket a little bit, and you're like trying to close it like if your phone is lighting up during a movie.
If you want to fill a cup, you first have to empty it.
Apologies, Hatsu-san.
So, Hatsu, what have we got to do to get through your nightmare?
Oh, it's not a nightmare. It's one of the best moments in my life. But it will take a long time. You should make yourself comfortable.
Okay. Eos just starts trancing.
Slate will sit down near Hatsu, preparing to meditate, which they've done several times together, and starting his own process of clearing his mind and waiting for whatever is about to come.
I'm gonna run some sprint drills, running and flying.
Okay.
Go to the edge of the cave and keep watch for anything outside, while still being inside the darkness of the cave. So, watching the mouth of the cave.
Okay. The mouth of the cave becomes Do you know when you're sitting in a dark room and there's a small area of light, be it through a window or a door, but the longer you stare at it, the darker it becomes until you adjust your eyes again? This happens, but no matter how much you adjust your eyes, that darkness remains over the entrance to the cave. What'd you guys like to do?
Hatsu's still sitting, meditating, and he's trying to find that very moment himself when all doors open up.
Yeah. You think about how you were in that moment before. You think about the peace you were trying to find, the serenity. You try and put yourself back in that point of time, what you were dealing with, what you were coping with, why you needed this respite, this reprieve, this safety, this sanctuary, this forgiveness. Everything you needed was here, and you knew it, though you didn't really know why. Nobody else sees this, because this is almost purely just in your own mind. You see visions of your father fighting for his life as the wind gusts through. You see visions of your home being burned. And as the wind blows upon the flames, it too hits you in the face. You see visions of Ayami dying. You repeat your meditation after each of these steps, and every single one of them hits you with the same sting, the same repetitive feeling of failure. The wind continues to blow, and the chill starts to bother you. You don't want to lose your cool, Hatsu. You usually keep yourself calm and composed, but each time another vision hits you and ends in failure, you watch as Boreal loses everything and succumbs to a darkness that is born within him. You watch as your mother fights to defend what remains of her family home and loses. You hear voices from your not-so-distant past, like Ironclad.
Burn it to the fucking ground.
You feel the iron grip of the Archon above Saigo Natoshi. It's very hard to focus, Hatsu.
He takes a deep breath. Doesn't matter. It all doesn't matter. It's an idea, a state of mind. An idea can't be erased or burned to the grounds. Other of light. I came back here to remember myself, what my purpose is. I came here to find balance, yet again, to remember myself that destiny is an open end until we decide the outcome. I did choose. And I did choose to stay on my path. Same way when I left here last time. I'm ready.
As you close your eyes again, you all hear something different. Not the birds chirping in the distance, not the crackling of rocks. Small golden light appears. A glowing bee emerges from deep within the cave. A voice. Back so soon, Hatsu?
Hi. I'm glad that you allowed me to see you again.
And you brought so many wonderful friends this time.
Hi.
It's nice to put faces to the names. Even to those of you who have so many faces.
But
You can see
I
us?
have to.
Of course. Can't you see you?
You've just been the first in this journey that's been able to.
In the spiritual sense of seeing you for who you are, or in the physical sense of seeing you because you're ethereal?
Both, I guess, but more so the latter.
Oh, that's okay. Those of us with true sight can see everything.
I have to admit something.
Yes.
I know you know, but I want you to know that I will do all that I can to get your brother's sword back that he trusted in my mother's hands.
Oh, don't worry. These things have a way of correcting themselves.
That's what I thought.
You can't have a journey to become the whirling shadow if you're not going to whirl a little bit. It's time to take you on a journey, Hatsu. You're simply hitting the trials and tribulations that make you who you are. This isn't even the difficult part yet.
I'm
But it's a good story. You'll like it.
glad to stay in your service as long as I'm useful for you.
You'll always be useful to me, Hatsu. Nothing you think or say or do could really change that. You're interesting. I like who you are. You work on yourself more than most. You hold yourself accountable even when you don't have to. You hold yourself accountable for them even when you don't have to. You carry a lot of burden. But I like stories. And you definitely have an interesting one.
And who exactly are you then?
Oh, I can't tell you that. That would be spoilers. But I'm here to offer some guidance.
I tried to explain to them the cup analogy that you gave me, but I think I failed on that one.
Well, maybe that's because it's not the analogy that they need. That was the analogy that you needed.
I
When you're teaching a lesson or trying to guide somebody, sometimes it's not about what helped you in those moments. All you can do is give the wisdom that you have learned. It's what they do with that wisdom that makes the difference.
But what can I do if I don't find the words for what I think or what I feel? They speak so many tongues that I don't know their rituals, their habits, their structures. It's so confusing for me.
I can speak every tongue, and sometimes the actions of people are still confusing to me. But if you think about it, I mean, really think about it, where do we begin when we don't understand something?
Asking questions.
Knowledge. It's always the right path. Very rarely in history has that been the wrong way to go. I find that most of the incorrect actions that have been taken are generally from a lack of knowledge, not from a burden of knowledge. Those burdened with knowledge tend to take the right path in the end.
You tend to hate those things you don't know or understand.
That's natural.
I get it.
That's why so many people have a problem with Eos. They don't understand her yet. But Eos, they can't understand you until you understand yourself.
Eos is currently pretty much just cross-legged on the floor, eyes closed, but as per trance, she's fully conscious during it. So the bee just gets a nod.
Fox will guide you. Not chicken, of course. The new fox. The one made of moonlight. It was interesting. It was different. I wasn't expecting that.
Eyebrow raises.
The bee sort of glides down and flies around Chicken, and Chicken playfully kind of bites towards it, but with no intent to catch it, just playful nibbles of the air. And there's a small chuckle through it, almost childlike.
I never ask for something, Mother of Light. But there's someone special in our party that needs some light on his way, I guess. I'm afraid he is gonna choose a darker path if he doesn't get some guidance.
Well, if we see someone on a path that seems darkest, then like Eldrin here, and the glowing stone in his pocket, we light the way for others, even those who can't always see.
Try to hide it better.
That's what I always tell Adriana, but I know it's selfish. I just want him to be the one that we were all waiting for. The missing chain.
Well, your chain is not yet complete. There are people that you still have to meet to bring you all together. But you're on your way. I'm not worried.
That means a lot to me. And I hope you will see some journeys that you're proud of and can be happy about.
Well, that last one was pretty interesting. They're good. No matter what actions you take and what you choose to do, it's your journey. It's my pleasure to watch it rather than your pleasure to have me there.
The visions that I saw, was that part of the truth? Or was it part of an eventuality
Nothing
that
is
I was
eventual.
just afraid of?
No. No. Nothing's eventual, Hatsu. Everything is fluid. When you dream of something, it is just a dream. Sometimes your dreams try to call out to you and point you in the right direction and prevent things from happening, but it's the actions that you take ultimately that decide whether those come to pass or not. Every action has a consequence. If you take the right actions, those consequences were more beneficial to you, and if you take the wrong actions, those consequences might be heavier. And sometimes when you do everything perfectly, well, things happen. It can't always be avoided. But nothing is set in stone, Hatsu. Not one thing.
I see. So, we might have to find a way to also find a place for one of yours to be more appreciated, maybe, or understood. We tried to get hand on my friend Eldrin, and my friend Slate is quite addicted as well to these promises that he's making out of desperation, I guess. But I never understood why you had to ban him.
I'm not sure it really works that way, but I'm not confident enough to say that it doesn't. But it's not me who you think you're talking to.
I see.
The story goes beyond these pages. I was never a dragon or a wizard. Both fantastic things to be. I was just a golden bee on the wall watching as this journey continued. And this just seemed like a good moment to catch up.
Well, let's enjoy the ride, I guess.
So when you're done here, what do you guys think you want to do? There's so many options. I guess that's me asking for spoilers.
Well, as I told you last time, I decided to make a difference. To work for balance, for more understanding, for knowledge and wisdom, and try to build a world that is fair and enjoyable for everyone.
Well, I see a lot of grand journeys and a lot of parallels. Madriana and Dash are almost on the same quest. The same journey, but with two different outcomes. And I don't think either of them have really looked further than what they believe to be their eventualities. Aldrin is lost in a fog of his own making, indecisive of which way to go, which path to follow, and what lies on any of these paths. You seem scared. But now is not the time for fear, it's the time for bravery and action. Ignoring those things that lie in your way will not prevent them from blocking your path. They will just slow you down. Preparation is how you overcome the obstacle. Elias, you have a challenging road ahead. And many decisions that you make will impact not only your journey, but the journey for the rest of this group. Weslyn, your mind won't always be fractured. Don't get lost in the maelstrom of your thoughts. Just try and figure out where you are now. Enjoy this dream for what it is rather than worry about the next dream or contemplate the previous. When it comes down to it, I think you'll all realize that together, not only are you stronger, which is the cheesiest thing I could possibly say in this moment, but you're also far more capable of being prepared for what is to come than any of you are apart. Dash walks alone outside this book, and though he does not know it, he is being guided towards his fate. But he has a lot coming, and not a lot of time to prepare for that life.
Does it really make a difference if we make any decisions, if we have a fate upon us?
Oh, but that's the point. Decisions are your fate. Nobody has ever decided what is to come or what's happening. The very limited things are set in stone. You'll find that most of this is fluid. Prophecies are just ideas of what's to come. They're not guarantees or promises. Not one person has ever truly guessed the future with 100% accuracy, and this is the reason for it.
Unlimited potential.
Yeah, that's the only guarantee. The guarantee is that nothing is set in stone and the potential is indeed unlimited.
All right.
With that, I will do something that I don't normally do, but keep in mind I may not be able to stick fully to this. Some things need to be vague. But I can give each of you a question, and I can do my best to answer it. So long as I don't think it'll impact what is to come. Is there something in which any of you wishes to know?
There's a lot I want to know. But there's also a huge part of me that wants to be present when things unveil. But to calm my heart, I have to ask you, is my family still alive?
Your family are where they need to be. And it's not the last time you will see them. But depending on how actions are taken by them, by you, by other players on this board, that is what will define how many of them you see and which of them is in better or worse condition when you see them. I cannot decide that, but at the moment, if the stars align correctly, you should see them again.
Domo arigatou gozaimasu.
The only unknown, Hatsu, is your father. That is not for me to answer.
I'm gonna meet him one way or the other, I guess.
Adriana, you had a question?
What's in line for me in this prison?
You still see it as a prison. I would look at this
I'm
as
not free.
Maybe. But look at it as an opportunity. Because once you are free, it's true that anything you change in here doesn't really change anything at all, but you still take with you what you got from here. This conversation isn't restrained to the book. The memories that Weslyn has experienced are not restrained to the book. The visions of Eos are not restrained to this book. You feel confined, and I understand that, because anyone with wings would be if they couldn't fly. But look at it in a different way, in a different light. You need to settle some of your past and make it right by you, so that you can then proceed into the future and do the things that you feel you are destined to do. Without absolute resolve, you cannot complete your challenge or your quest.
With what I feel I'm destined to do, will be righting the wrongs of my past. I don't need this.
Respectfully, Madriana, I think the things you want to do are to right the wrongs of someone else's past that you feel responsible for. But it's not your fault. But your quest is still noble.
It's not the fault of the cleric when someone falls and hurts themselves. It is their responsibility and their duty to take care. Nothing more than that.
Well, whatever guides you. Let it be the right things. And make sure that when that time comes, you have absolute focus, Madriana. You won't have time for a misstep.
This is kind of fun. Scary, but fun. Do me.
What can I answer for you, Aldrin?
What's in store for me? I feel like you know things.
Maybe
like
you should ask who's trying to kidnap you all the time.
Ooh. Yeah, let's do that one. Who's after me? And why do they want me?
The people who are after you need something from you that only you can give. And although I'm fairly certain you know what they represent and what they need, I think it's important for you to know that you have eluded them more than twice. You've always had people in your corner helping you, you just weren't aware of it.
Yeah.
Now that you know someone is after you, it's important that you take the steps and the measures to make sure that you are on guard, prepared, and ready. Rely on your friends here.
Yeah.
And listen to the teachings of Hatsu. He had a good teacher. A few of them.
See, this is kind of fun. Thank you very much. Kind of scary that, like, yeah, they want to use me for something, but it's educational, and I learned something new. And I guess as some of those corny books that I used to read when my mom used to give me kids books, used to always say power of friendship, but I guess, hey, friends.
Yes.
Eos keeping her eyes closed. Is my destiny my own, or am I but a wave in the tides of time?
Your destiny is your own, but the guidance comes from others. But that's no different to any other life. Eldrin is taking guidance from Hatsu. Madriana is forging her own path, guiding herself. But leaning into those around her, or at least starting to. You have to forge your path, but still taking the information being given to you. Information is more valuable than any weapon or spell could be. But if you're listening and paying attention and using your mind, which is by far your most powerful asset, you should be able to figure out what needs to happen.
I love this.
I'm glad you have appreciation for it.
Yeah. I have actually. I feel like I kind of jumped the gun, and yeah, Eos's questions seemed like very thoughtful and very serious, and yeah. In terms of me being drawn to certain things, it makes me feel different. It makes me act different. Would you know anything about that? My eyes, I kind of like say it a little bit under my breath, but like kind of closer. I had like my eyes kind of changed color and stuff, and it kind of didn't look great.
Can't answer another question for you, but I can give you this. You'd be surprised the lengths that people go through to deceive. Slate,
Okay.
Weslyn, do you have a question?
Slate breaks from the concentrated meditation that he's been leaning into of late, and trying to choose his words carefully, he tries to ask a question that he thinks he's chosen the words the most correctly to get what is the best answer. So Slate says, "What steps do I take to unlock and reach my full potential? Knowing how fragmented his journey, his mind, his past, and everything thus far have been."
Why do you believe you're not on your path to your full potential now? And what makes you think you haven't reached it yet?
Then the answer to the question, to what steps do I take, it's that I continue to take the ones that I'm on.
Here's the way that I see it. In your journey, you have accomplished many things, Elias. Even the journey you don't remember yet. And you've always done everything in the name of honor. The views on honor change, and what honor means to you changes. But ultimately, you lead with the same honor that guided you since you were a child. You've had some bumps in your road, but you've always found your way back. You're right. None of you have reached your full potential yet. I would argue that these next few months and possibly years will challenge you more than anything in your past has. Your full potential is still to come. But that is always based on your choices. Nothing can be written permanently. You can write things in stones. You can write them in books. You can write them in the sky itself. But writing is subjective. Your full potential is whatever you set it as. If you believe that your full potential has not yet been tapped into, then you've answered your own question. If you believe that it's ahead of you, then again, you have answered your own question. You and Weslyn share a common thread. You're both fragmented. Broken. Your whole party is broken in one way or another. But this attaché will be okay. It just takes work. Fixing yourself is never easy, Slate. But being who you're meant to be, that's a choice you make every day, Elias. I'm also quite partial to Slab as a name. It suits you.
Uncharacteristically, Slate won't continue the conversation or retort in any way. Just go back to what seems like the meditation that I was doing.
Weslyn?
I have asked many questions of many creatures and powerful beings across many years. To many of them I have owed for answers that I was given. For these questions, these answers given freely.
I have no intention of charging you for questions. If anything, you've already paid. There is as almost cruel as it sounds, there's an enjoyment in learning each of your stories as you go. But I see many stories, and I've learned to see the patterns. What makes you all so unique is that you're very surprising in your choices. You don't follow the same trends that just everybody does. I've enjoyed your journeys so far because no matter what trial has been put in your way, and believe me, you have dealt with more than most. You've always handled it in such a way that reminds me that every single life comes with its own unique design. And that through each of us maybe does flow a thread that connects us and brings us together and reminds us of our path ahead. But even when nothing is set in stone, that beauty can only really be unlocked by people who are willing to challenge that. I don't come here to barter with you, Weslyn, or to put a cost upon your head. Or do I come here to spoil what's to come? But I'm here to offer guidance in the moment that I feel like you all need it.
I was forced into servitude for quite some time.
Yes.
My father meet the same fate.
No.
Is he at rest?
No. He searches for you, Weslyn.
Find me here.
And you could find him there. But it's not time for paths to cross yet. That's the beauty of time, Weslyn. It'll always be there.
Seems to be an endless supply of it.
This is true. But that doesn't have to be a bad thing.
We shall see.
Just remember that with each heartbeat that you feel blood pump through your veins, you take this for granted. Nobody really thinks about it anymore. But as each vein is filled with blood, it's also filled with the protection that your father gave to you. And as many creatures, beings, anything can come and try and dissuade you, try and control you, try and put you into servitude. But somehow the choice will still always come back to you. As I said to Eldrin, I will say to you, it is very difficult to perceive the lengths that people will go through to deceive.
This I know. I know that very well. It's sometimes difficult to tell. Some deceivers are very good at what they do.
And that makes it difficult to trust. But I think when you've done this for long enough, you start to see the good in people really doesn't fade, if it was ever there at all. Darkness is darkness, and that'll always exist. But the average person, they don't dislike Eos because of who she is or even how she looks, just that they don't understand. And she represents something that scares them. It's not her fault, and it's not theirs. There's still good in these people. They deserve their life as much as you all deserve yours. And I hope for a day that Eos can walk outside her door and everyone accepts her for who she is. And not just her, but those who are still to come. There are people who are coming on your path very soon that will change how not only you see the world, but how others see you. Life is funny that way. There will be two. You will meet two in the not so distant future who will open doors for you. All of you. There are those who wander in search of you. Many, actually. Well, some have good intentions and some don't. Some are misguided, and some are in the full belief that you are nothing short of saviors. Some don't even know who they're looking for, but they'll find you. And there are some that you've crossed the paths of already, that you'll require to double back to, because they may be required to save you, or you may be required to save them. Each of you feel tired, and I understand that. Tired of being put on a path, tired of cosmic beings beyond your compare crossing your path every 2 minutes and forcing you seemingly down these roads. But that is simply because you're on the correct part of your journey, and all of these things are aligning for a reason. If you were to see beyond the stars, the chaos as they fly through the sky and hurtle at each other, they don't just look beautiful, they are dangerous. Very dangerous. But all of that danger becomes all of that beauty.
I do have one more question.
I will do my best
I
to
know you
answer it.
said. Was Stella trying to imprison or to save?
Stella was following a misguided voice who was trying to bring her on a journey to be better. But again, you would be surprised the lengths that people go through to deceive.
Okay.
Stella was one of the good ones. I really enjoyed her story.
You can be good and still fuck up.
Can't we all? It's okay to make mistakes. It's your intention that matters. And of course, what you do after the mistake is made. We will each of us make a mistake. One so ground shaking that it changes the very fabric of reality. Someone's reality. Just what you do after that and how you repair that damage and build something new from it. That's what matters. Fuck the mistakes in Madriana. It's about what you do next. It's about the consequences of those actions and what you do with those consequences.
That's the only thing that's been driving me.
And then let it drive you. It's probably best that I go.
One more thing.
The bee seems to nod apparently. As I nod at you.
Thank you for what you did for me outside Hartwell. And thank you for answering my question. Both me and the voice inside my mind.
We're not really supposed to interfere or anything, but free will is free will. I'll help you where I can. I won't always be able to, and I won't always be there. Sometimes I'm present and sometimes I'm not.
That's the thought that counts.
Intention matters, yes.
If I could tend my way to some food, that'd be great.
Your mother has food.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she does.
I don't want to alarm any of you, but this journey through this prison, as Madriana called it, isn't over yet.
Oh.
The only one who can bring it to an end and stop it from looping again and again is not here with you right now. He's elsewhere. You need to have faith that he can achieve this.
Boreal?
Well, if it's Dash, we're screwed.
Definitely Boreal.
It's definitely Jurgen. I know it.
What's Ducky? Maybe Jurgen and Ducky could be a team.
Dash's gonna get this right. You have to learn to trust.
I trusted him a lot more when Lissa was with him.
Yes. She has an interesting path ahead of her too.
Oh.
Actually, is it going to be triplets or quadrupeds?
Spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
Though it would be fun to watch Dash be immensely outnumbered.
He already is, and there's only one extra.
When he recovers his mind, and I know this is confusing to you all now, but the moment he recovers his mind is going to be a very difficult time for him. I encourage you to think about the journey he is taking right now to help you, because he may need you to help him once this is done. You know where I am, Hatsu.
Hi.
When the time is right, you'll know. Find Boreal. He'll lead you back to where you need to be. There are certain things you all need to do first. That can wait. A little while, anyway. You'd be very proud of him. But I'll let you find that out. Zzz, zzz, zzz. Just flies back into the cave, and the golden light dissipates and sprinkles away. And with that, you're just looking at what looks like stars, like sort of echoing through the cave, until you realize that you're actually not in the cave anymore. You're laying on your back outside, staring up at the sky.
Ah, just like the last time. And you see Hatsu opens his jacket and he shows his back to Eos and he says, "Did the marks change?"
Let me have a look.
Not yet.
Yes, buddies. Nothing yet. How long you known that be?
Oh, a long time.
Got a mind.
She saved me from taking a very dark path when I lost faith in mankind.
Been there.
Guess we've all kind of been there.
How long did it take you to find the bee? Or bee to find you?
It wasn't that fast. I mean, it took me years. But it was worth it.
What's next, Hatsu?
Puts back on the jacket.
The cave door once again opens.
I'm curious why some memories are kinda easy and some are horrifying. We should work on your good memories, Eos.
As the bee said, we're being shown what we need to see.
Chicken wings. Dry roasted. Garlic dip.
I said need, not want, but that does sound actually pretty good right now.
Chicken is just sitting there eating chicken wings, dry roasted with garlic. It looked delicious.
Come on, chicken. Like,
At least share it. Jesus.
Just drooling onto it.
5-second rule, I guess.
That's just extra sauce. It's fine.
The cave glows a sort of golden hue, as if it beckons you inside.
Wesley goes inside.
Yeah. I see gold. I'm walking on.
As you all enter, Madrana, I saw the light of your mic.
Yeah. It's just, as we walk in, I just say to us, what if the bee is the long deceiver that they were talking about? Just keep walking.
I
Oh, dear.
can't answer questions.
Don't confuse him any further. Jesus Christ.
He was a carpenter, wasn't he?
You walk
I think
through
so.
the portal, and you're once again within a very marble, beautiful tower. Paper everywhere, scrolled upon the floor, crumpled up. Stella sits there. Why? Why is it behaving like this? What determines the good or the bad when they go inside? Some people go in and they're haunted. Some people go in and they're just having a great time. There seems to be no rhyme, reason. There's a voice that comes out from behind down the corridor. Perhaps it's thought that echoes across the marble. She turns around with her wand already drawn, pointing towards him. Please. I was called to you by your quest. I feel like there's a reason for all of this, and I believe it has to lie within the mind, not the heart and the soul like you seem to think. I don't think it goes that deep. Stepping out of the shadows in a humanoid form is Vathros. Much younger. Perhaps I can help. Over the next few minutes, they talk about the seal. Nothing that you don't already know. But it's almost like he can read her mind, her thoughts. He's verbalizing thoughts that she is having. Stella very quickly seems to realize this. Realize that the figure isn't just reading her mind, but he's inhabiting the same mental structure as her. But she allows it. Her attempts to dismiss it magically were met with non-response. So she's aware it's not a spell. She's also aware she needs it. This person has information vital to her that could help her, that could help other people. So for now, she trusts him. And you just hear this sort of echo.
Power must remember itself.
Each time you hear a voice, it's less and less of Stella and more of Vathros. The representation from one to the other as you descend further through the corridors of this book. But that only lasts for so long. Soon, you guys start to get cold. Not cold like Penzance, Slate. Not cold like Hartwell. No. A different kind of cold. There's a wind, but not wind like the caves, Hatsu. There's a stale wind. The air smells like lies, treachery, theft. There is something different about this place. As you find yourselves running along the rooftops of Verdoir. Amadriana, you are leaping from rooftop to rooftop. It feels like home. It feels so good. Eldrin is there, Eos is there, Hatsu is there, Slate is there, Weslyn is there, Chicken is there, and Bantu, a long-lost friend, runs beside you. You asked me to tell you when your story's coming up, Ryan. I'll see you next week.
I'm off next week, I forgot to tell you.
That's alright, I can wait. For now, we will wrap our session. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for Therian for the absolute immense amount of sub bombing, and I think Kian as well. What are you doing in chat, you crazy bastard?
Yeah, 2 seconds away from the baby.
Yeah, he literally is holding his new child with like the stream open. That's some Richard level dedication. That's what that is. We will be back next week, but for now, those of you in chat, feel free to join us for our post show, where I think Rory might be hosting it, where we're going to break down and talk about this session, and we'll have a few people joining us. We're going to take a 5-minute break. Those of you joining us from the podcast or on YouTube and who do not intend to continue, thank you so much for being here with us. We love you. We appreciate you. You are fantastic people. You're amazing. Once again, a huge congratulations to Kian on the birth of his son. We are very excited to meet the new party member, and we're very, very happy for you. The next generation of Flying Orc is well on the way. It's great. You guys have a couple of kids going around now, which is fantastic. So we'll have our next gen series
born into this world.
10-ish years or so. Let's see how we get on.
Episode 400.
Yeah. The Wandering Isles. Why are we back in this fucking cave? Excellent. So thank you so much for being here.
It's the fucking bee.
We love you so much. We will.
Hey, don't swear about the beat.
We will.
It's gonna be the last thing you do.
Just so happens that if you guys have questions, you can put them in chat. If you want to talk to these wonderful people, you can do so. Just an exclamation point, ask, and Rory will make sure to get your questions in chat. We appreciate you.
Indeed.
We love you. We will see you next week. Bye.
Ciao, ciao. Epic rock.
Talking about the bee-seaver.